Good evening, students. Welcome to one more session of your World of Chemistry. This is your Vani ma'am here. I think last video, it's a very important video published, students. That's your organic paragraph based questions. Please watch it. That's coming for your 3 marks in the upcoming exams. So let us not lose those 3 marks. And today's video is one more from my side. That is most important 30 key points in organic chemistry to remember. This is a complete summary from all the chapters, so please note it. Keep a file with you all. Note all these papers and keep revising it. This took a lot of time for me to do. I was busy doing this only for you all students. So I expect all the students and request all the students to watch the video completely. Right? So let us start off. Keep noting it in your book. Very, very important. 30 key points of organic chemistry. Let's start off, students. I'll be giving you the question, or I'll be giving you the point. I'll be giving you the example also. Right. So when I talk about the first point, about the first chapter, we'll be covering all the chapters which I said. Right. Now, first point. So when we talk about the first key point about your Unit 1 or Unit 10, that is your haloalkanes and haloarenes, remember order of reactivity. Okay, order of reactivity. So these are all chapter wise points. So remember order of reactivity towards Lucas reagent. Okay, this is easy actually. Lucas reagent, we very well know. Towards Lucas reagent, that's nothing but anhydrous ZnCl2 and HCl. Tertiary more preferable than secondary, more preferable than primary. One more thing, what are the halogen acids which are more preferred towards this reaction? The halogen acids preferred are Hi greater than HBr greater than HCl. Remember this. Okay. Now, if they ask the reason why, always remember reason for tertiary undergoing Lucas reagent test, important. More stable the carbocation here, which is the cation, more stable the carbocation. Which cation, students, here? It's nothing but tertiary. Correct, no? More stable the tertiary carbocation, more faster or like more quicker is the, more faster the precipitate is formed. White precipitate is formed. Basically, this depends on the mechanism also formation of oxocation. You know, like the different mechanism in this, but I'm not taking that. But reason, if they ask you, remember this first point. Very important. Now, let us take the next point. Unacademy, the biggest online platform, learning platform in India. Let's crack it. I'm Vani Potepalli, the verified educator for grade 12 students, CBSE, ICSE as well as state board students are with me. Unacademy CBSE class 11 and 12 introduces Pen It Down Subjective Test Series. The link is given in the description and the series is going to start on 9th January 2021. Please go through the link and use my referral code. Unacademy introduces Revisathon 2.0. It's a 5-day revision marathon series for classes 9 to 12. The starting date is 16 January to 20th January. So this particular competition is, as mentioned, 12th Science, 12th Commerce, 12th Humanities. Subjects and timings are given below. And for classes 10th and 9th, again subject and timings are given below. Please note that it's a 5-day session, revision marathon session, students. So you can join it for free. And for 11th Science and 11th Commerce, subjects are mentioned, timings are also mentioned here. So 10 a.m. to 8:30 p.m. So Revisathon 2.0, note the date, students, 16 January to 20th January from 10 a.m. to 8:30 p.m. with the top educators. Please avail the chance. These are the Unacademy Plus subscription features where you have daily practice sessions, mock tests which are going on, live quizzes which will be going on, subjective test series coming soon. Join us. Unacademy iconic subscription features include personal mentors. You have live doubt clearing sessions. Weekly reports will be sent to the parents. Parent Connect, where the report will be sent to the parent and the educators are in contact with the parents too. A study planner is perfectly planned and all benefits of Plus also will come under iconic subscription. This is the class 11 subscription. Don't forget to use my referral code, that is Vani10 or Vani Life. This is the subscription rates you can go through. Rate grade 11 iconic subscription prices. That is again Vani 10, Vani Life. Note my referral code. Next comes your grade 12 subscription where prices are given. You have an option of 3 months and 6 months. Please try to use the code Vani 10 or Vani Life to get that 10% discount. Then comes the grade 12 iconic subscription, 6 months, very less amount. So you can take that particular thing, use my referral code Vani 10. When we take the next point about the same chapter, important thing, remember, if they ask me to write the order, first point you have to see is, suppose if they give you in this way CH3, CH2, CH3 is here. Then they've given you CH3, CH2X. Then they've given you methyl chloride. If they ask you to write the order upon their boiling point, increasing order, the boiling point. You know, alkyl group will have more boiling point, then comes next, then comes. What is this? What is the reason for this, students? As you all know, as the size of alkyl group increases. Okay, size of alkyl group increases means more number of alkyl groups it requires, or the forces of attraction is more among these. I have to break all these bonds and then only boil it. Size, as the size of alkyl group increases, boiling point increases. This is one more point which you remember. Suppose if this particular point is related to your this one, same size, but here all are different. Now suppose if it is same. Suppose if it is like this, CHF3, Cr3Cl, Cr3Br, CH3I. Now check, how is this? As we said, bond strength. Now let us talk about the bond strength. Here we were talking about size of the alkyl group. We were talking about the boiling point. Suppose when I see, we very well know bond strength is inversely related to your size. Correct? No? If the size is smaller, stronger is, if smaller means bond is stronger. If the size is larger, bond also would be weaker, isn't it? So indirectly, size smaller, it holds the alkyl group. So the trend would be in this way. Right, students? Got it? So hope you are understanding. Now careful. Let us do one more thing. Suppose if I take the fourth important point of the same chapter, and now we spoke about boiling point. We spoke about your size also. Now let us take the fourth point. Suppose if I talk about dipole moment. Okay. Always remember, students, dipole moment is directly related to electronegativity. Okay, dipole moment is directly related to electronegativity. That means dipole moment increases if electronegativity of atom increases. Same thing, directly related. In the other way, dipole moment decreases if electronegativity of the particular atom, decreases. That means when you talk about your fluorine, it is highly electronegative. So when it is present, that particular compound will have more dipole. Got it? Now, suppose if we write a point which is related to density, we'll be seeing a lot of things in this. Initially, I'm going slowly with easier ones then. So we very well know density concept when we are talking. Simple. The order would always be Ri greater than Rbr, greater than Rcl, greater than Rf. Why? Here important thing is same alkyl group. It is same alkyl group. Why? Because density is equal to mass by volume. Now as the alkyl group, here what is happening? Alkyl group is same, but what is happening to the halogen? Halogen is changing. So same alkyl group, halogen changing means which will be more denser? This is more mass, this will be more denser. Less mass, less denser in nature. Correct, my students? Now let us come to the next important thing, the most important mechanism of your haloalkanes and haloarenes. That's nothing but your SN1 and SN2 mechanism. Correct, no? So normally when we do SN1 and SN2 mechanism, we write the order. Okay, we write just simple. We just learn SN1 means 3, 2, 1 in that way. But what is asked in the exam? In the exam, they're going to ask you. That means they'll give you the trends. Basically, they're going to give you certain trends and ask you to write the particular trend. What actually is that? How much? How is it varying and everything? Now, important thing. Remember, when you are writing SN1 mechanism, what is the order, students? Order is nothing but 3 degree greater than 2 degree greater than 1 degree. Okay, where does this happen? This happens in polar solvents. This is also understood. Any inversion occurs? No. In SN1 mechanism, racemization only happens, correct? No, racemization happens. This is also fine. Now what should I remember in this? Careful students, remember your SN1 mechanism when I take, okay, your SN1 mechanism when I take, right. So the order for the SN1 would be something like this, remember. So what is this point now? We have taken the 6th point. In that example would be, just see here, CH3, that is your tertiary, as we said, would be greater than C6H5, CH2X. This is what is important for your exam. So they're going to ask you and they're going to give you the order, and you should be very careful. Normally we have studied tertiary, secondary, primary in that way, but you also have other examples which fall into this category. So this is your methyl, this is your tertiary. That's fine, students. Suppose if you're taking the next point, 7th point, that is your SN2. In SN2, what is the order? Primary greater than secondary greater than tertiary. Here what is important? Examples would be your C6H5, CH2X. So this is primary. Then comes your CH2 double bond CH2X. Then comes your methyl. Remember this, students. Got it? So the important careful thing which you should remember here is basically the presence of the examples which you have to more concentrate. That's fine. Now gradually little bit will go. Suppose if I have to talk about the order of nucleophiles to SN2. Let us write order of nucleophiles in SN2 reaction. What are they, students? Right? The order here followed is CN more preferred, then I minus, then OR minus, then OH minus, then acetate minus, then water, then fluorine. Remember, they're going to ask you this very important point. Unless until you have clarity about why we are using, it's meaningless applying in the concept. Now, next important point, I'm giving you as a point, so please understand. The next point is ease of dehydrohalogenation. Ease of dehydrohalogenation reactions, okay, among halides. So remember dehydrogenation reaction, how is they are getting undergoing or elimination of HCl or HX rather. So basically the order is tertiary would be greater, okay. Now CCl, then comes your secondary, then comes your primary. So you all know, students, remember we studied in the beta elimination reaction, if the bulkier groups are there, how can you easily remove, or what is going to happen when it breaks. So I did a video on dehydrohalogenation, so please watch that video. I have given what is beta elimination, so please watch that. Next comes the 10th point. We very well know, as I said, boiling point is directly related to the size of aryl group. Same like alkyl group only, correct? So what is the order? ARI, ARBR, ARCL and ARF, correct? No? Check, size of the halogen is more, the boiling point would be more. When I go to the 11th point, always remember melting point terms. Melting point, I think I am audible, students? Yes. Melting point is, or if I have to talk in terms of this, orthoisomer and para-isomer, melting point of, just check always, para-isomer would be more than ortho and meta-isomers. What is the reason? What is the reason? In para-isomer, we very well know symmetrical factor is there, isn't it? If it is like this, okay. Now I have a particular chlorobenzene, okay. Now you have one more group. When I compare this NO2, or if I take some other group like ortho para directly, I'm not just taking, let us take one group here. So here ortho if it is here, para if it is here, suppose if you have in this case of meta, okay, if you have in this case of ortho, now tell me which is more Whose melting point? This one. Why? What is the reason? Here there is more symmetry. Okay, symmetrical nature, more symmetrical in nature. Correct, no? So we are going gradually, we'll go more and more points. So please watch the video till the end. Right, students? Chalo, you are understanding, I think. So nothing. Concepts are taught already. This is a quick revision for you to remember all the concepts. Now let us write the next point, students. So what was this point which we have written? This point is basically the 11th point. Now let me write the next important point, that is your 12th point. So remember, basically when we consider the boiling point of your alcohols, okay, boiling point of your alcohols, the trends if I see alcohols, right? So which one will have more? Right, which one will have more boiling point is nothing. You just see which is primary. Always remember, primary greater than secondary, greater than tertiary. What is the reason, students, for this? Remember, van der Waals. Okay, if you are not talking about alcohols also, okay, let us first take with haloalkenes, then we'll come to alcohols. Suppose if I take with haloalkenes or haloarenes, let us take RX, or okay, if you take this, what happens? Always remember van der Waals forces of attraction. Okay, van der Waals forces of attraction decreases in this case, no, and attraction decreases. That is why boiling point also would be less. Got it? Here in this case, the size is smaller, compact nature of the particular thing. So all would be together and the forces of attraction would be more. Suppose if I talk about alcohols. Now let us see. So alcohols are weaker acids than water. Remember, alcohols are weaker acids than water. What is the reason, students? When I take alcohol, okay, when I take water, okay, right, what is this? In this is alkyl group. This is your plus I group. Correct, no, students? So plus I group, what does it do? Right, plus I group, it decreases the polarity of OH bond. Correct, no? It reduces, or our plus I group reduces the same thing I wrote here. It reduces polarity of OH bond. So what is going to happen? What is going to happen when it reduces the polarity? The H plus ion from here can easily be donated, no? If it is donating, it's nothing but a weak acid. Correct, right? So means this H plus, when I compare to this, that when density is reduced, when I have to donate it, can it easily donate? Can it easily donate? No, that's fine. That is the thing. Now, next important thing, students. So let us go to the 14th point. What is this 14th point? Tell me. Careful. What should you remember? Suppose if there is an order like this, RCH2OH and RCHOH, and one more RCR and R and OH. Now if they ask you based on the polarity, now tell me, students, we remember electron releasing groups increases means electron density on oxygen atom increases. Correct, no? Correct. Now what will happen? There is decrease in the polarity of OH bond. So decrease in polarity of OH bond. Correct, no, students? OH bond. Now you only tell me which will be the order. This will be greater, this will be greater. Why? Because your alkyl electron releasing group is 1. So can I easily do it? No. Here alkyl releasing groups are 3. So what is going to happen? The electron density on oxygen, it becomes more and more and more here. So this depends on the acidity. Suppose if I take one more point, order of acidity. Remember, students, this is very important point. Order of acidity, RCOH group is more acidic than carbonic acid, more acidic than phenol, more acidic than water, more acidic than alcohol. What is the reason? Tell me, what is the reason, students? We have already studied. What is the reason? Here in this case, phenol is more acidic than alcohol. What reason? Reason here is phenol due to formation or stabilization. So what is it going to do? You remember the resonance, right? So due to stabilization of phenoxide ion, so it shows resonance, no? Because of that there is a formation of a phenoxide ion. So what does it do? Because of the formation of this phenoxide ion, remember it was like this, phenol the shift of bond, one bond shifted, finally it forms phenoxide ion. Remember, students, oh, there is the resonance of the structure like that. Because of the stabilization of the phenoxide ion, what does it do? Electron withdrawing character in phenol is there. It keeps on moving, no? Keeps on delocalizing. So what is the concept? Electron withdrawing character increases, correct, no? Withdrawing character increases, then acidity, that is the release of H plus ion, also increases. This is due to resonance. Got it, students? Right. Now, this is important. Now, let us see the next point. 16 point. Okay. Now, in the 16 point, there are 15 more points to understand. Let's see. So, here when I see the acidity concept, the same thing. Orthocresol is less than paracresol, less than metacresol. Remember this order. Less than phenol, less than nitrophenol. In the order of acidity, I am writing 2,4,6 trinitrophenol. Trinitrophenol. What is the reason? If you write the structure, you will know, students. Correct? Cresol is OH and alkyl group. In this case, there is an electron withdrawing group, and also the benzene ring is here. So which will be more? This one will be more acidic in nature. Here this is less because of the alkyl group. Got it? Right. Now when I take the next point, that is your 17 point. Greater the number of alkyl groups. Yes, students. Greater the number of alkyl groups, more reactive is alcohol. Correct? No? Greater the number of alkyl group, more reactive is alcohol. That means, remember, plus I effect increases means electron density also increases. When electron density increases, more reactivity. Shall we take an example now? Yes. What is this? This is your alcohol, methanol. This will be less reactive than your alcohol with one alkyl group, because this is donating. This will be less than this alcohol. Correct? No? Tertiary. Correct. Secondary comes in the tertiary. This is the maximum thing, which is more and more reactive. Correct, my students? Now what is happening? More alkyl groups, more reactivity. Correct, no? So remember this, students. So I have written 17 points. Now slowly we will go to the alcohol chapter, aldehyde chapter, like that. Let us see one more point, that is dehydration. So the 18th point which you have here is ease of dehydration of alcohols. So this mechanism is there for you all. So remember the order. The ease of dehydration. Ease of dehydration of alcohols. Right, students? Now 3 degree greater than 2 degree greater than 1 degree. Why is this? Basically, in the reason here is, let us write once the mechanism, you will understand. In the step 1, what is going to happen? What is going to happen? You have your group like this. You have your OH. Okay. Now, when there is, because to dehydrate you require an acidic medium, the first reaction is very fast. Okay. First reaction is very fast. So what do you get? You get the formation of a ion plus plus. Now this, when it goes to the second step, let's check carefully why tertiary is more preferred. I'll just show it to you. So now you have this. The second step is a slow step. This is what is called the rate determining step. In this rate determining step, from the oxonium ion, we are going to get a carbocation. We are going to get a carbocation plus water. Now check, students, the carbocation, finally what happens? It undergoes rearrangement and it forms this H plus forms alkene. The bond shifts and you get alkene and H plus is out. Now tell me, more the stability of the carbocation, more is a ease for formation. Among all these three, which is more stable? Tertiary is more stable. So more the stable carbocation, more stable is the compound. That's why in dehydration of alcohols, because there is a formation of a carbocation, we are getting tertiary compound, that is ease of formation of tertiary. Right, students? Okay, now let us take with the next one. Let me take you to the 19th part. Okay, in the 19th part, remember, orthonitrophenol is steam volatile, because these questions are quite commonly asked due to steam volatile. Then students, paranitrophenol. What is the reason? It is a reason simple. In orthonitrophenol, what do we have? In orthonitrophenol, we have intermolecular hydrogen bonding. But when it comes to paranitrophenol, what do we have? We have intramolecular hydrogen bonding. So intramolecular, so which comes out in the vapor state? Ortho. Got it, students? Okay. Now let us go to the 20th point. When we write the order, suppose they ask you the order to write in alcohols. They have given alcohols to you, aldehydes. Remember the order of boiling point. Among which one? Suppose if I take ethanol. Ethanol has more boiling point compared to aldehydes. Aldehydes are more than ethers. Ethers are more than H2CH3. What is the reason, students? Here, more hydrogen bonding. Correct, no? Now in this case, there is no hydrogen bonding, hence boiling point is less. This is more boiling point because hydrogen bonding, I have to break the bond and boil it. But in this case, there is no hydrogen bonding, that's the reason it has less boiling point. Got it? Now, let us see one more point, that is your 21st point to remember about your, one more order towards nucleophilic addition reactions. Let us see. Suppose if I take, or if I have to see the nucleophilic addition reactions, just check to order towards nucleophilic addition reactions. Got it, students? Okay, let us see this order. So this is quite important point, nucleophilic addition reactions. So let us see what it is. So when I see the order, remember, bulky alkyl group always approaches, or it will not allow the nucleophile to enter. Remember that. What should you remember? Important point, bulky alkyl groups hinders approach of nucleophile. That means when I see this order, just check C2H5 C double bond O CH3. This is greater, I'll tell you. C2H5 C double bond O C2H5, 2 alkyl group. When I take the tertiary, CH3, C double bond O, CH3 taken twice. See here. Now tell me, this is 2 alkyl groups, one bigger, one smaller. 2 bigger. This is more and more bigger. So this will hinder. It will not allow the nucleophile to enter. But compared to this is smaller. That's why this is more preferred towards nucleophilic addition. If I take one more, aldehyde, formaldehyde greater than acetaldehyde, greater than C2H5, ethanaldehyde, greater than acetal. Now tell me, smaller, easily it will allow the nucleophile to enter. This is larger, it's very difficult for the nucleophile. When nucleophile enters into it, no, it will hinder its approach. Means it will not allow the ease of addition. It will just block, because already it is bulkier in nature. Where will it go and allow the nucleophile to attack? So the order towards nucleophilic addition reaction is this. Smaller the group, more nucleophilic addition can happen easily. Got it, students? Now let us go with the 22nd one. The 22nd one is ease of hydrolysis. Ease of hydrolysis. Now check carefully. Here always remember, whenever you have, suppose ease of hydrolysis is what? Now check here. I have this. What is the Z? Z can be amine. Z can be X. X can be chlorine, bromine, iodine. It can be OR. It can be RCO minus. Suppose this particular thing is undergoing hydrolysis in the presence of dilute HCl or dilute sodium hydroxide. Hydrolysis, no, it happens in hydrolysis aqueous. So this gets converted to RCOH. Always remember one important thing: acid derivatives. Okay, when this forms, no, there is a formation of RCO plus. Remember this. Acid derivatives, they break RCO plus bond. RCO plus bond very easily. So very easily. Remember, that's why the order is RCOCl more than RCO taken twice. Means basically I should write and RCOR and greater than RCONH2. You are seeing this order, students. Just now I said acid chlorides. When you see in the paper, acid chlorides, when you see in the paper, they have more capacity because there is a formation of a cation. So they are going to break this bond easily. They are going to break this bond easily and they are going to form the product. So first preference is given to RCOCl. Next comes to anhydrides, then esters, then mites. Yes, students, remember? Now let us see one more. Let us come and see the 23rd point. Right, let us continue. Now, important thing in the carboxylic acids. Always remember, students, carboxylic acids. When I see monocarboxylic acids have greater boiling point. This is order of boiling point. Then alcoholic groups. Remember, then alcohol of comparable masses. That means of comparable masses. What is this now? This particular point means, suppose if I have monocarboxylic acid. Okay, this is your carboxylic acid. It's going to see, whenever they talk about boiling point, talk about hydrogen bonding. This combines with this hydrogen, oxygen. Okay, this combines with oxygen. Okay, right, carbon. Okay, this combines with this COOH and R. So what is happening? Intermolecular hydrogen bonding is here. This intermolecular hydrogen bonding is nothing but stronger intermolecular hydrogen bonding. Stronger intermolecular hydrogen bonding. Now let us compare with alcohols. In case of alcohols, hydrogen, oxygen, right. Now dot HOR dot dot dot. When you compare this, the intermolecular hydrogen bonding is stronger. Here, less bulkier groups, so the intermolecular hydrogen bonding would be less. So because of the strong intermolecular hydrogen bonding, monocarboxylic acids have more boiling point than alcohols. If they ask you this, you need to remember, give the reason of intermolecular hydrogen bonding. Got it, students? Now let us see one more, 24th point, order of acidic strength. Okay, now let us write order of acidic strength. Order of acidic strength. Now check carefully. Always remember one important thing. As the electron withdrawing substituents, that is your minus I effect, increases. What are electron withdrawing substituents? Like your halogens, your NO2 group. What is going to happen? Acidic strength increases. Correct now? This is what we have studied. With this concept, let us write some orders. Now if I take Cl3CCOOH, this will be more, because more three halogens are there. This will be greater than Cl2CHCOOH. If I take more less chlorines, CH2COOH. If I take more and more less, CH3COOH. Now check, more number of electron withdrawing groups, more acidic this is, more acidic. Less number of electron, there is no electron withdrawing groups in, correct? No, correct. So it is less acidic. That's why acetic acid is a weak acid. Correct, no, students? Acetic acid is a weak acid. That is what we have studied. Okay. Now one more. Let us see one more. Suppose in the 25th point, if I take, okay, now in the 25th point, let us talk about your electronegativity. Okay, electronegativity in this order. More electronegative is the atom, more electron withdrawing nature, EW means electron withdrawing nature, right? What will happen? More acidity. That means if there is fluorine atom in this particular bond, this will be more acidic than chlorine, then bromine, then iodine. Correct, students? Then iodine. So what is happening? Electronegativity is 4. It's more electronegativity is high. So electron withdrawing nature will be more. When this tries to drag the electron density towards itself, easily it can release this proton, because it's one way dragging, no? So there's a difference in polarity and it can release H+. Now this is less electronegative, hence it is less acidic in nature. 26th point, let us see about your inductive effect only. What is that? Always remember, students, always remember, minus I effect decreases with decrease in distance. What is this now? Let us understand. Suppose I have a compound CH3Cl and COOH. This is one compound. What is this compound? This is alpha, because adjacent to the functional group, alpha chloropropanoic acid. Correct, no? So alpha chloropropanoic acid, if I have to tell you, is, or let us see, let us write one more, Cl, CH2, CH2, COOH. Now see the students, here chlorine is adjacent to the carboxylic acid. Now this chlorine is very far. What is this now? This is alpha carbon, this is beta carbon. This is called beta chloropropanoic acid. Now you only tell me the minus I effect decreases with the decrease in distance. So which will be there? This is, got it, students? So remember, in 26th point, clearly if the distance is far away, minus I effect also is directly related. If distance is far, minus I effect also decreases. If distance is less, minus I effect also increases. Both are directly related. Got it, students? Now let us write the 27th point. What is that? Basically about more KB value. Okay, that is dissociation constant of a base. Dissociation constant of a base. Okay, dissociation constant. Higher is the basicity. Remember, they'll give you the KB values. You should see whichever KB value is higher, the basicity is higher for that. Got it, students? Now 28th point. Same thing. If electron releasing groups are more, okay, just like your alkyl group, methoxy group, amine groups, if they are there, if they are more, basic strength increases. If electron withdrawing groups are more, like your NO2 groups, halogens, cyano groups, then your basic strength decreases. Remember this. Got it, students? Remember, basically, these points are very, very important because based on this only they'll give you different orders. Got it? Now, 29th point. Order of basicity. Okay, order of basic strength. Remember, let me write in the next page, order of basic strength. Always remember one important point of the basic strength. As just now I have said, plus I effect increases means basic strength increases. Now let us write one example and see. Example, C2H5NH would be more. C2H5 taken thrice N. If I take C2H5NH2 only, one alkyl group NH2 greater than NH3 greater than CH3 taken twice NH greater CH3NH2 greater CH3 taken thrice N NH3. Now see this order. I said more the number of alkyl groups, more is the basicity. But this order is in aqueous solution. Remember, this is in aqueous solution only. Gaseous phase it is different because in aqueous solution you have different factors acting. Solvation effect would be there, plus I effect would be there, steric hindrance factor would be there. Everything together forms this. Got it, students? Now, important 30th point. I'll tell you something which I was doing for you all. So I'll just give you the idea about the 30th point which I did. Basically, this is for you, for my World of Chemistry students. That's nothing but a trick to remember the name reactions. Okay, for you all to remember the name reactions, I did one important thing. I'll just give you a glimpse of that so that in the next upcoming video, I'll be uploading that. Right? What I did is the 30th point. All name reactions in one flow. All named reactions in one chart. In one chart, and that too under one beautiful flow chart. Okay, in one chart. So I'll be sending name reactions cheat sheet. Okay, cheat sheet in the upcoming video. Wait for me. Thank you so much, students. God bless you all, and thank you for watching. Remember, Vani ma'am is always with you all. Thank you. God bless you. Please watch, share, tell your friends to subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much.